Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel CS with Rahul. Guys, today we will take a real-time example for Java 8 features. So in my previous videos in this playlist, whatever the interview question we were preparing for, okay, so we have covered too many things, too many questions. If you have not gone through, just watch it and practice those programs. Now here in this video, we are going to learn something interesting thing, that how can we use those features in our real-time projects, right? So here I have taken one order processing system, e-commerce order processing system, which is real time. How can we use those Java 8 features, right? Whatever we have learned previously through small codes, small problems, right? Whether it may be integer, date and time API, or uh, another character based questions, array based questions, which we have solved using the Java 8. Those things we are going to apply into the real time example. So what we will do here in the real time e-commerce order processing system, we will filter the high value orders. Whatever the order we will define, what are the high value orders we will filter. Then we will sort them by amount. Okay, by amount we will sort them. We will group them by customers, and we will calculate total sales per customer. So guys, my request you, be with video till end and see how we are processing these things into the real time scenario. Okay, so now directly we will jump to the coding and we will see that how can we do this. So first of all, I will be creating one class here, which is order class, and one another class I will create, which is real time order processing. Okay, real time order processing class I will create it, right? So I will keep the class, right, both the classes in the same file, so that it would be easily understandable for you. Okay, we don't need to switch it, and we will remember this. Okay, so here I am creating one class which will be our main class, real time order processing system. Here first I am going to create one main method. Okay, now after the creating the main class, our first task is to create the order class, where we will keep what we will keep customer name, amount, and status, right? Status would be like completed or pending status. So first I am creating here class order, right? Class order I have created here. Then I am creating customer name, which would be the string type, amount, which would be double type, and again status, which would be the string type. So let me make this class. So we are doing the real time coding, that's why every scenario I will keep properly, right? I will not take any unconventional things, right? So first, private string customer name, private string customer name, this attribute we have created. Now private double amount, private double amount, amount we have taken double type. Then private string status, private string status. Three attributes we have created. Now what we have to do, when we will create the order, right? So creating the order is different scenarios. So we will use here the constructor based creation, right? When we will create the order, we will do it by the constructor based things, right? Here status, let me tell you that what status we will take. Like we will take completed, once order is completed or not, and any pending order. Two states we are taking here. So let me create the constructor You can create it by the right click also, by the generation of the code, but here let me create it for you so that it would be easy to understand, that it would be revised also, that how we guys are creating, right? Customer name, this is a string type, double type of amount, and string type of status. So now this is the constructor, parameterized constructor, where we will provide it. This constructor should be public so that we can use it in another class anywhere, right? Then what we have to do, then we have to provide like this, because this customer string type customer name, double type of amount, string type of status, it would be for the local variables. These are the arguments. If we want to store it to the main class object variables, then how we can do it? We can use the this, right? This dot, then same as this dot amount, and here we will do like this amount. Okay, then here we will use this dot status, and here we will store it the status. Just side by side I'm saving the code. Now we need to get the result, right? To get the result, what we will do? To get the result, we will use what? We will use getter methods for all, right? Like how can we create the getter methods? We are creating the getter methods, whatever the attribute is there, we have to provide the get word before that. Okay, so that we will create. So public return type would be string. Here let me create, because getter method should also be what? Public, so that it would be accessible from anywhere. Get customer name. So when we are getting the customer name, we don't need to provide anything. What we will provide here? Return type. What return? What we will return? We will return the customer name. Okay, this is the getter method. Then next is what? Next is public double get amount. When we are writing the getter method, the first letter of the second word should be capital. Okay, return amount, we have to write return amount. After that, public string type get status. Definitely you are going to view this example in different scenario, in real time scenario, guys. Okay, so here I am returning return status. Now just save it. Then what we need, if we are calling the object, right, that time what we have to return, then we are overriding the toString method. Once we are overriding the toString method, we can format the object in our format, right? So how we will do this? First we will write public string to string. Once we will call the object, it will be called public string to string method. We are overriding. What we are returning in the string? We are returning our formatted string. Till then I think clear, guys. Okay, till then it is clear, I think. Then we are returning string dot format. Now we will format it. How to format the code? How to format it, right? Return, step by step you need to see it, that how can we do this. Return, then we will write string dot format. String dot format. Now what we have to provide? Our format we have to provide. How can we provide our format? We will provide first our string, that in which type we have to show the object, and then we will pass the another argument, right? So we are keeping it like order customer equal to customer name, amount equal to amount, okay, and then status equal to status. So here let me keep it order, in the bracket I am keeping customer name. This is your message, so you can keep the space, no issue. Okay, here we are keeping like this. Then percent s. Why percent s I am taking? I am taking percent s just because I have to print the customer name here, the variable value, right? If anybody has done the programming in the C or C++, right? So there also we are using printf kind of thing. In the same thing we are doing it here, right? Then we are writing comma amount. Amount equal to what? Amount equal to, in single quote, I am providing what, in how many decimal places I have to show. So I will provide percent. Okay, percent 0.2f. 0.2f. What it will do, whatever the amount would be there, it will be shown in the two decimals, right? Two decimal, like 10.99, like this. Okay, then a status. Next is what? Comma status of the order, right? Percent s. Percent s. Now it's fine. Now what we have to provide, whatever the percent s, percent f, percent s we have used, then how we are going to, what we are going to print in the place of those things. So first we need to print what? First we need to print the customer name, then we need to print the amount, and then we need to print the status of the order. I hope guys till now this is clear to you. If it is clear, then you can comment it. Whatever the time you are seeing my this video, you can comment it, right? Because your comment, your like, your subscribe motivate us to take this type of important series, important video which will help you, right? If you are liking guys this one, please do hit the subscribe button, right? Please do hit the subscribe button guys. Comment your gratitude to me so that I will be blessed, I will be honored guys. Okay, so now this class has been created guys. Now this is created. What we have done, let me revise it fast. First I have created one class which is order class, customer name, string type, double type amount, string type status. Okay, then I am creating the constructor, parameterized constructor. Here I am writing which will store, which will help us to create the, initialize the object, right? Then to get the values we are using the getter methods. After the getter methods, what we are going to do, we are overriding our, what we are doing, we are overriding our toString method. Why we are overriding it? Because once we will print it, it will be printed in our format. Now the main thing, right? Once we are writing the real-time processing system, okay, we are going to do the code here. Okay, how to write the code? So first we will store the order data, right? We will create the order data in the list, right? List of what? List of order. Previously we have used list of string, list of integer, many things we have used, right? So here I am commenting it also, like storing order. Guys, in real time examples, in real time project, this data may come from some table, right? By calling the queries. Here I am storing it on heart to heart values. If you want me to show those things also, then please comment it, that show it with the database also, right? Definitely with the Oracle or MySQL or Postgres or NoSQL, I will show this with that also. Once you have to comment it, right? Okay, so which type order I am creating it here? List I am creating. Okay, I am creating list. Which type of list? Order type of list. Okay, then I am creating it as orders. This list is orders. Now arrays dot as list I will use. Arrays dot as list. Guys, here in arrays dot as list, what I have to do? I have to store the orders, right? I have to store the orders. If you will comment me, right? If you will put 100 comments, then I will show that how real time project, because many times we are not creating the object by new, right? Then how we are creating? which type of creating in the real time project, that also I will create it. But you have to do it, right? But you have to comment it. See, the first order I am going to store it. New order, and we will take one name. New order, right? So what we have created there, we have created the parameterized constructor. The order we are storing, like I am storing first providing the customer name, right? Providing the customer name, I am taking John. Then what I have to provide, the price amount. So 1200.00 amount I am providing, and its John's order is completed. Okay, John's order is completed. This order is completed. Then again next order, this comma, sorry, this here comma we need to provide. Next order I am going to provide, so let me copy it. I will change the value only. So let me copy it, guys, so it would be fast. Okay, some orders. Now next name I am taking like Mahesh. Mahesh I am taking, right? Mahesh order is 450 rupees. 450 rupees. An order is pending. One order we will keep it as a pending order. Then next I am taking 800 rupees. Another name like Joy, or let me take another name. Let me take Rahul. Okay, 800. This order is also completed. Then other name I am taking like Bob. Bob's order is what? Because we are international player, right? So I am taking Bob's order is pending because it's time to take, right? Bob's order is pending again. Okay. Next again I am taking another name which is Mahesh order, because we have to do it by the customer also, right? Mahesh next order is what? Mahesh next order is 2000 rupees completed. Once his order is completed, once is pending. Okay, so different scenario we have to cover. Okay, this first one was the pending, this one is done. Then again we are taking John, and this time John's order is what? John's order is previously completed, so this time we will keep it as a pending, like 300 rupees. Okay, this time we are keeping the pending. So this may be any scenario. Then again Rahul's order, two names I am taking here. Rahul's order this time, previous time it's completed, then this time I'm keeping as a pending. Means, or I can take it complete also. Okay, I can take it complete also. What? 1100 and completed, right? So this is our class, guys. This is our list of orders we have created, right? We are storing the order by the array list. Okay, next what we have to do? So our first task was, we have to, now the everything is done, data came with you, right? Now what we have to do? Okay, so what we have to do, we will filter the order only by the completed status, right? We will filter the order by the completed status, and what? Which is above 1000, which is above 1000, any order completed. Yes, see, 800 order is completed, but it's 800, right? Below 1000. So first scenario we are going to do in the real time example, filter only completed order above 1000. Filter only completed order above 1000. Okay, guys, So how we will do this? So first, you know guys, because we are using the Java 8 stream API, so we have to use Java 8 features. So we will create the stream first. We are not going to apply any logical loop, legacy loop. So we will create the list of order, and we will create a variable like high value orders. Okay, this is list of order high value orders. How high value order we will find out? Whatever the orders we have created, we will call the stream. Okay, we will call the stream, means we will create the stream for that order. After that, what we will do, we will apply the filter, right? We will apply the filter. Okay, how we will apply the filter? By calling the filter method here. Then order lambda expression we are using, another feature. First feature we have used stream API, another feature we have used filter, and in this filter we are using the lambda, right? Get status, right? Order o will create a object, and then o dot status. See here, get status, get customer, get amount we have created now. That's that same thing we are calling it here, right? What we are doing, e dot status dot equals ignore case. We have to check the equals one. Equals ignore case means any order will come in the upper or lower case, doesn't matter. It should be what? It should be completed. What we have to find out? Completed. We have to do it by the completed one. The first filter we have applied here, guys. I hope you are clear till now, because these things already I have covered in the previous videos in this playlist. Okay, again we have to find out the range. Okay, so filter dot filter, again we will apply it here. Another approach also we can do that, there no issues, but we are keeping it like this. Okay, there are many approaches, guys. Okay, order lambda expression we are using, order dot get amount, and amount should be what? Amount should be greater than 1000. Okay, amount should be greater than 1000. See here, we have done this, we have done this. Now what we have to do, we will filter it out, right? We will filter it out. Okay, so we have done the filter. Now what we will do, we will sort it also. Okay, then only you will get the proper result, right? Sorted method, what I am calling here, sorted method. And by the sorted, you know that we are having multiple methods which we have applied, like comparing int, comparing double. In previous videos I have done that, right? So here I will call comparator, what I will call, comparator dot comparing double, because we are dealing with the double value. Okay, we are dealing with the double value. So comparing double, by which we have to compare? We have to compare by order amount, right? We have to compare amount, compare by order amount, because high value orders we are getting now, so we are storing it, right? See, now another feature we are going to use it here, like orders, whatever the class is there, order, and per method reference get amount. What? Get amount we are going to call it here. Let me correct the spelling. Order dot get amount. Okay, see, this is another feature we have used in our real time example. Then we have to collect it. Although guys, in the above the Java 8 we can use directly the dot to list, but here we are using what? Here we are using Java 8, that's why I am using collect method. Okay, collectors dot to list, that's it. The first thing we have achieved, right? The first scenario we have achieved. What is our first scenario? We have to filter the order which status is completed, as well as above 1000. Now we will print it, high value completed orders. Okay, high values, let me control Z, because yes, it was removed. Okay, so sys out control space high value completed orders. Guys, I hope that you are enjoying this type of question, guys. I hope you are enjoying. Then we have already done, guys, we have already stored this in high value order variable. We don't have to do anything. Another feature we are going to use, high value orders we are calling, dot for each we are calling, and then system dot out, right? System dot out, what directly we are calling. Now this time, guys, this time this toString method will be called. Means why? Because one by one we are using the for each method, one by one object would get printed, and in new line we are going to print it, right? Guys, if you have any doubt, you can comment me. Right click, run as Java application. Now you can see the result here. Now you can see the result here. High value completed orders which are above 1000. Okay, see, customer name Rahul, amount 1100, status completed and completed. Okay, so guys, this is our result, right? This is our result. I hope you are clear with this. We can put some semicolon also here. Customer name, let me put the semicolon. Amount in place of equal to, let me put the colon, not semicolon, sorry guys. So here in status also we are going to do this, saving it and running the code again. See guys, now this time it is fine. Okay, now this time it is fine. Customer name and whatever the order has been completed, the first our task we have achieved. Guys, if you like this video, please do hit the like button. Do the comment how you are enjoying this code. Now we will group the order by customer and we will find out the total sales, right? We will group the order by customer and total sales. Group orders by customer and total sales. This is our another task. Group orders by customers and total sales. Whatever the total sales has been done in one customer, that we will do it, right? So again, how we can do this, guys? Now this time we are not going to store our result in the list this time, because we are grouping it, right? So which customer has done which type of order we have completed, right? That we will do it here, right? So for the completed customers, okay, for the completed customer. So this time I am creating one map here. Map, let me come a bit above. Yes, like this I can come. So I am creating here map string type, right? Means customer name we will keep it here, then double type its value. Double type its value. What value? Means whatever the amount. Total sales by customer means we are grouping it. Total sales by this type examples, this type of scenarios is real time of scenarios. This type of scenarios we are covering in our real projects. Okay, so please practice it also after watching the video. Orders, ORDERS, guys. Orders dot stream. Orders dot stream, guys. Okay, after that what we have to do? After that we have to group it. So first what we will do? First we will find out what? First we will find out the completed status. How can we find out? We can find out by the whatever we have done previously. Okay, O dot get status and dot equals, ignore case, what? Completed. You can see here in line number 51 we have done the same thing. Now we are finding out the completed, right? Now we are finding out the completed orders. After that, what? After that we have to filter it out and collect. We have to group it and collect it, right? So we will use the collect method. Guys, this the same thing we have applied when we were practicing in this playlist. Okay, previous examples. Now collectors dot grouping by. How can we do it? How can we group it, right? So we have to group it by what? Group it by the customer name. So another feature we are going to use, right? What? Order and get customer name, because we are grouping it by the customer name. Let me call it like this: order class, and here customer name. Get customer name directly we can call the method. Okay, another parameter, what we have to provide? We have to store the value. Here we are finding the key, grouping by. First thing what we have done, first thing we have achieved the maps key, which we have provided the string type, right? Map string type and double type we have provided. And here what we have done, here we have achieved the key. Now we have to find out the value. So collectors dot, which type of value is this? This is amount, right? Total sales, how we will get it? Total sales we will get by the adding the total, adding the amount. Amount is which type? Double type. So customer dot summing double. Not customers, guys, sorry, summing double. Okay, so customer dot summing double, not summarizing, here summing. Customer dot summing double. What we have to do the sum? Order, right? Order class and get amount. Order class and get amount. That's it. We have achieved our another task, guys. Okay, we have achieved another task. I hope you are clear with this. Step by step I have taken in the easy value. Now total sales by customer we will print it out. Okay, here in new line, sys out. From the previous result we are taking another new line, total sales by customers. Total sales by customers. I hope you will enjoy, guys, this type of question. Now what we have to do, because this is map, we will call the for each method and we will print our result, right? We will call different scenarios. Okay, so here we are using the total sales by customer, whatever the variable we have created, let's call it here dot for each, right? For each, what we have to provide in for each, we will provide the customer name. Okay, we will provide the customer and whatever the customer and total amount we can say, or total we can say, no issues. Here we are using the lambda expression, guys. What we are using? Lambda expression. Okay, after the lambda expression, what we are doing? After the lambda expression we are printing out. So we can call system.out.printf, or directly you can give it by the plus sign, no issues. The choice is yours. Here I am using system.out.printf. How I am doing this, guys? I have to provide first customer name. Okay, I have to provide first customer name in the string %s, means here customer name would be printed. Okay, after that I am providing one arrow sign. That is, this is not lambda expression, because we are in what? We are in string, guys. We are in string, right? So this is what? This is, and then %n for new line you can put the slash also. And here we will provide the customer for first parameter and total for second parameter. Just save it. Okay, just save it, guys. Here I should not provide. Yes, now it's fine. Let me call this bracket here. Okay, just right click and run as Java application. Let me check something here I have missed. Maybe some bracket I have missed, guys. Okay, we will check it, no issues. So maybe here we will check, maybe see one error is there which is called what, syntax error. Okay, maybe this bracket I put extra bracket. Okay, now just save it and run. When we will run it, you can see total sales by customer which is completed. Rahul and John has completed, right? We have done it, means Rahul has done the 1900 rupees order and John with 1200. Let's check the here. Rahul completed, see both where Rahul is done, and 1100 and 800 is what, 1900. And another who is done, John both time completed. Oh, what was the result? Okay, John, John I have given. Okay, okay, so we have done it by completed now. So completed, John has 1200 done. Okay, John has done 1200. Okay, so this is your output. I hope guys this real time example is clear to you. Now what is your task? You have to find out and you have to sort whatever the orders are pending, right? Whatever the orders are pending, guys, do it and comment your code in comment box. Then I will run it here, right? Once you will do it, comment it, I will run it here in next video, right? Okay guys, so guys, my request is now you have to do the practice of this code, right? You have to do the practice of this code. Soon I will give this code in my git, like, okay, so I will give it in my git because some technical error was there, so I am not able to post the codes, so I need to check it this time. I'm not getting time. Okay, so my request you to, like, if you like this video, do hit the like button, share this video to your friends, comment if you have any doubt, subscribe my channel guys for this type of new and interesting videos. Press the bell icon so that you will get the updated notification. Okay, you will get the updated notification. Thanks for watching. We will meet in the next video. Till then, keep learning, keep watching and keep coding.